Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Shar. Y'all know what time it is. Hit that like button, turn your notification on, and subscribe to the channel because I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Listen, y'all make it do what it do, what it do, what it do. And remember to speak when you walk on in the chat because ain't nobody sleep with you last night. If you aren't following me on any forms of social media, go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X, and even now Patreon at Shar's Reality number 6. If you haven't had a chance to follow my backup page on all platforms, please do at Shar's Reality Family. Listen, let's jump into it. So let's talk about this clip that Married to Medicine has released before the episode has aired. And I am so happy to see that somebody is standing with Sweet Tea. I feel like she has been in this bubble of let's all push her against the wall at once, right? I feel like now some of that stuff she brought on herself, we can be honest. However, I feel like she hasn't had a chance to stop swinging. Like if she stops swinging, she gonna get knocked the hell out. That's how I feel, okay? So I am so grateful that Contessa took a stand, and Contessa's like, look, do what y'all need to do, but let's hear her out, okay? And by Quad leaving because King couldn't film and she felt like Dr.G shouldn't film, well, you know, your man should have had some self-control. However, Dr. G definitely did pull a sucker move, okay? Don't be pressing charges now to keep him off the show when you was the one pressed up against that man. You got rah-rah with him, so he got rah-rah with you back, right? So you can't be trying to be like, oh, I'm calm and he's rah-rah when y'all both was rah-rah. You know what I mean? Don't be pulling the po-po card now because it's convenient for you, right? And don't be using these tactics to keep him off the show if you know it was a mutual combat, okay? I'm not with that. So I understand Quad being upset. However, it's really not that deep, right? So when she walked off, Quad's like, I'm out of here. My man can't film, so why the hell is he, right? That's after they made mention to her that Sweet Tea and Greg was on their way, okay? Then Dr. Heavenly, of course, she's the butt bumper, okay? She likes to bump that booty. She likes to bump that booty. She definitely walked out with Quad because that's her friend, right? If my friend go, I'm going. Now, it's a little juvenile to me, I must be honest, but I do understand it. Now, when Sweet Tea is given an opportunity to say, look, how can we fix this? Does it ever stop? Now, I'm paraphrasing because that wasn't their exact words. I don't feel like she use that opportunity correctly, okay? You always say that it's not fair. Everybody has their, their cuddles and their huddles and their cliques. But when asked, how do we fix this? How does this go? How does this stop? You didn't give a clear explanation. And that's why the ladies are asking you again, where do we start? What can we do for you? How can we help you? We want you to be comfortable. We want you to be okay. We want you to stay here. We don't think it's okay the way they've been doing you. What can we do? You still didn't answer that to it correctly. And then it flashed to Dr. G outside with the guys, and they're telling him how Dr. G felt about him pressing charges. He don't think that it was a sucker move, okay, or a punkish move. He don't think that that was the case. What he thinks is that he did the right thing. He did what he was supposed to do at the time that he needed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't feel no type of way about it. And he's sorry that King cannot film, but he pressed them charges so that he can't. Now, we have since found out that the charges was bogus and King is back and yada, yada, yada. But like I said, if you can't dish it out, don't be running around here trying to run up on somebody, okay? Don't be running around here trying to call somebody woman a bunch of names, right? You never know how that's going to end. If you with it, let's go. If you not, then, simmer down a little bit. So, like I said, I'm all for all of it. Either way you want to do this, but don't be one way when the camera's rolling, and then behind, when the camera's not rolling, I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops because you don't do that to me. You insulted me. Like, everybody wants to use the insult card when it's convenient for them. But if you engage willingly into an altercation with anybody, it just happened to be King right now, you are a willing participant of the argument or the disagreement, okay? And it does not take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So you guys let me know what you guys think about all of that, okay? Sweet Tea, when given an opportunity, baby, jump on it, right? Explain where you stand, okay? And make sense of it. You did not take advantage of the opportunity to be heard. I don't think that you took advantage of it. I think Dr. G thinks that is a game. I think he loves this kind of energy. I think he fuel off of the Quad King and him beef. I think he likes this, right? Because I think Dr. G is a troublemaker. That's what I get, right? He's also a bully, and he's also a control freak. Okay, I can only imagine what Quad went through in the house, but that's just my opinion. Okay. So he likes this kind of thing. It's something that he's comfortable with mingling in, while other people probably drive them crazy and myself crazy to have such chaos going on all the time. You know what I mean? So for Contessa, she like, look, we don't want to do this every single time we get together. So she's trying to put a stop, to it. She's also saying, look, the group has not been so nice to you. We also recognize that we have pushed you out. Look, we don't want to do that to you. We love you and we're so glad that you're here. But what can we do for you? I thought that was pretty dope, y'all. But meet me in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I love your checkmates and there's nothing you can do about it. And remember, don't you let nobody tell you nothing different. Until next time, bye.
I chose to end that marriage in this time. He wanted the marriage. Well, okay, you think so.
And then his behavior was very disrespectful.
No, she can say whatever she wants.
Not to me.
Hold on.
How do you want me not to talk to her and then she can say shit to me? The question is, do you think your response in that moment at the vibe check was disrespect? I was defending disrespect that was being thrown towards my marriage.
There needs to be some level of, we can keep our distance from each other, right? We can coexist in a space. And if we do have a flub or we fall apart or we make a mistake, then we also ain't going to involve the law. We ain't going to call the police. We ain't going to say that we're going to do something that's so permanent that's going to literally ruin the longevity of our relationship. You have to keep in mind that I'm new to this group. I've never been in this. I feel sorry for T. I really do, because I know that this group can be challenging for some people. What we're trying not to do is to vote who should be around, but this ain't going nowhere. But if you don't see the value in the group, then you shouldn't be in the group.
There's other relationships that are being impacted by this particular situation. It's almost to a point where you have to pick a side. So even though you may not want to pick a side, you're being put in a position to pick a side. It's not my fault that they have to choose. I mean, sometimes in life you have to make a choice. I'm not responsible.
I don't want to see you not be a part of this group or her, the friendship and the relationship that we built over all these years. Man, it's a great group.